Okay, welcome back to another round of playing the Wizards with myself, Saruman versus Radagast. Alright, we are in the untap phase here, and Saruman is going to come in at Isengard, his home site, and I want to take everyone out from under, well, let's see. I want to take Theoden off the books, so to speak, and Éomer. So 6, 9, 9. So these two will need to stay under general influence. Yeah, this blows up the Fellowship. Oh, well, can't be helped. Moving Saruman out is more important. So, but we'll have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, that's a pretty safe number. So Theoden, Holbrook, Éomer. We need to go to Minas Tirith to take this tree there anyway, so we'll go there. We'll get the Palantir, and we will, we will do other things from there. Okay, if we can get out of here alive, not always a given. Okay, and these guys are in Longalen. I don't know what we're going to do with them. We could go back to Edhellond and pick up Ioreth. But Ioreth is going to, from afar, tell some fantastic tales, amazing stories, and she's going to get rid of the alone and unadvised once more. Thank you very much. No thanks. And so she'll have to make a corruption check. Let me get this. She rolled a 7. Okay, so she's fine. And now, of course, we're going to suffer the consequences of these clouds, too. Hopefully there won't be anything too nasty. That's unfortunate. But and it didn't... For all our efforts, we handed them 3 marshalling points and didn't. And kill points are really good, too, because they don't fall under that. They're not one of the 4 types of points that you can't have more than half. I mean, you usually wouldn't, but... or that you have to have, yeah. So anyway, it's just a bummer. It makes it less likely that one of your other type of points that you'll have more than half from one of your other types of points, which is what makes them a little more appealing. Oh, but before we leave the organization phase, I do want to tap Boromir to attempt to remove the lure of the senses. Okay, so he must roll greater than a 6. All right, he rolls a 10. Very good. Okay, and so this Saruman's company is going to go to Edoras first. Good. Play that face up because they're moving first. Aragorn is moving to Edhellond. They don't know that yet, though. And Ioreth is staying put in Edhellond. They do know that. Okay. So let's handle Saruman's company's movement first, and they are moving from the Gap of Eyes into Rohan, so borderlands, from a ruin and lair to a freehold. Their hazard limit is 5, and we can draw 1, they can draw 2. I can't believe how long Smaug at Home has been in effect. It's been going almost the entire game. Okay, Choking Shadows, other side. Okay, so they have a hazard limit of 5, so there's no limit. There's almost no limit to what we can play on them. Oh, yeah, let's draw 1. Celeborn. Okay, good. So we could do the Light Drake. Let's think about this. Now, obviously, they're going to Edoras. They're going there with Theoden to recruit the Riders of Rohan. Yeah, so we'd love to tap Theoden to slow them down, or we'd love to get rid of someone, but short of that, we'd love to tap Theoden. We would... I mean, we could force... They have 2 rangers, Saruman and Éomer. Yes, Saruman's a ranger. And so we could force them to tap one of those guys. But then all we have left after that is the Light Drake. We could play a Lure of Nature on them, but they're not passing through any wilderness, so that isn't very helpful. Dragon's Curse. Now, this Light Drake has a prowess of 10, so with clouds in effect, so that is pretty good. It would be 9 with Dragon's Curse. I'm tempted to play stuff just to play it. Right, at this point our goal is to get through our deck without any major mishaps. If we hand them another marshalling point, it's not the end of the world. Let's do that. So, Light Drake with Dragon's Curse and Clouds in effect becomes 2 strikes with a prowess of 9, and then whoever they tap to face the strikes, one of those people will get Dragon's Curse placed on them. No questions asked. Okay, so let's do that first and see how that shakes out. That's 2 of the 5 hazard limit, so we still could do Muster Disperses. We still could do River or Lure of Nature, but that makes less sense. And so we're facing 2 strikes of 9. Let's tap Éomer, and I'm not too concerned. If they put 2 corruption points on him, he'll have 3. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, let's tap Éomer and Gambling. We don't know what else they have up their sleeves. That's the thing. But I don't want to tap Saruman. Leave him untapped for now. If we have to, we'll bring him out. Okay, so Gambling has 3 to beat a 9. Oh, and then they're going to choose to put Dragon's Curse on Éomer. Okay, so Gambling has 3 to beat a 9. Okay, he rolls a 9, and Éomer has 3 to beat a 9. And he rolls an 8. Okay, so we beat the Light Drake. Hooray. Okay. And then the Curse forces a corruption check. When does it force a corruption check? Receives 2. Target makes a corruption check at the end of his untap phase. Okay. And then he can... Sage can, in the target's company, may tap to remove the card. Okay. May tap to remove the... During the organization phase. Okay, so he's going to be forced to make 1 corruption check no matter what. Okay. Anything else they have on us? Okay, and so we could force them to tap Saruman with River, but I think they're going to do what they're going to do with Theoden, so I think I'll save that for Aragorn, perhaps. We don't know where they're going at the moment, so yeah. I will play From the Pits of Angband, long event, and then Muster Disperses to try and disperse the Men of Infales. Okay, so now they have 14 used General Influence, 6 unused General Influence, so basically we have to roll, the roll plus the unused has to be, if it's less than 11, it gets discarded. So essentially if they roll a 4 or less, the men get discarded. So let's see what happens. And they rolled a 7. Okay, so ineffective. Okay, and so that's all we can play on them. So they have arrived at Edoras, and we can draw our hand back up to 9. Sorry, 9. Cannot remember that. It's so crowded. Okay. All right, so this is 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Other side, and Isengard goes back into the site deck. We did not do anything there. Okay, we've arrived at Edoras. Great. Okay, and now Aragorn's turn. Aragorn's team's turn. They're going to Edhellond. We just revealed that they're going to Edhellond. So we can draw 1. Our opponent can draw 1. Our hazard limit is 2. Morgul Knight. Maybe we can finally get something done. Oh, that's something we could do. Yes. Wait, oh, never mind. It's not our turn. Okay. Okay, and then over here we can draw 1 Orphan. Okay. Okay. So they're not moving. They're moving through 1 wilderness, so we could force a corruption check with Lure of Nature. And And we can't do anything with this just yet, so we can only do one of two things in total. Let's save Dwar for Ioreth's turn, and but they're not going to do. They're going to a haven, so river is not. Okay, let's just play the Lure of Nature on Aragorn. That forces a corruption check for the one wilderness they're going through, and then we will not play anything else. Okay, so we've arrived at Edhellond, and Aragorn is forced to make a corruption check. He has 4 corruption points. And he rolls an 11. Okay, no problem. He's been doing great on these corruptions. Finally got some backbone. Okay, so we've arrived at Edhellond. And now it's Ioreth's turn. And other side. Okay, and we can play Dwar. And so we could tap him immediately to bring something in. Let's see. Searching Eye, Long Winter. Maybe no. Maybe we can tap Dwar to buff Wolf Spider or Animal Attack. Now, they haven't been playing any of those, but we could always buff Automatic Attack. Okay, and then we draw back up to 9. Landdrake. Okay, so we're in the sight phase. This team's not doing anything during their sight phase. Just point everyone in the same direction, I guess. And then over here, but in Edoras, Theoden is going to tap to attempt to play the Riders of Rohan. Okay, so he has 3, 4, 5, and he has to roll greater than a 9. And he rolls a 9. Fantastic. Okay. Riders recruited. Okay. And then we we are at the end of turn phase. No one else is doing anything, so we're at the end of turn phase, and so we can discard 1 if we choose. We might want to, honestly. But we've done our turn. We're going into their turn, so I'm less fussed about that. Yeah, I think we'll play cards. We'll be okay. Okay. So we're just going to draw. Reaching Shadow. Okay, and other side. We're at the end of turn phase, so we can pull, thanks to from the Pits of Angband, we can pull 1 dragon from our discard. Shuffle it back in. I think it's going to be a Cave Drake. Those Cave Drakes are great. Not my favorite artwork, but great card. Okay. And then, do we want to discard 1 and draw? I think we do. I think we discard Orifin and draw. Uvatha. Excellent. Okay. Great, and that's the end of the turn. And now we're over here. And we're in the untap phase. Untap, untap, untap. Can't believe they faced so many orcs, and then no one, in the end, no one was wounded. Pretty awesome. Pretty impressive. I mean, I'm trying not to root for one side or the other. It's hard not to root for the underdog, Saruman, but I can't deny that this team was kicking butt last time. Killed a bunch of orcs. Wow. They may have taken an insurmountable lead. Okay, so Celeborn is going to come in Celeborn is going to come in, and then under Galadriel, and then she's going to. This is a funny maneuver because she currently with the Elfstone has enough influence to keep him, under her influence, and she can still pass the belt, and then next turn she can pass the stone, and then he'll actually have enough to keep her, which will free up some more general influence, which we really need. So we just have to make a corruption check. Please don't lose the corruption check, Galadriel. And she rolls a 7. Okay, no problem. It's not a problem until it's a problem. But yes, now we've got Celeborn in. Man, we have a lot of marshalling points. The first couple of Loriens sitting pretty here. We may never leave. And then this team, what do we do? If I had tapped Radagast last time, I could have maybe brought a card in from the sideboard. I don't know how much we really have here in this. I can look through our discard. But that's not. I think I don't know if we have any more smoke rings coming up to bring something. Yeah, there's not really a lot. We just need to get through. So, I mean, what we could do is head towards a place where we can pull, and somewhere with lots of wilderness between us and them. Let's see, we're in Western Mirkwood. We could go Heart of Mirkwood, Southern Rivanian, Northern Rivanian. That's quadruple wilderness. And yeah, and then tap Radagast to bring them in from the sideboard. Okay, so it's actually during the organization phase that Radagast could tap to bring in a card from the sideboard. So we're in that now. Let's do that. We're going to tap Radagast to bring. What would be the best thing to bring? The Men of Dorwinion. Yeah, the Men of Dorwinion would be a good one. Let's do that. Okay, so we're going to tap him to bring the Men of Dorwinion into the play deck. And shuffle. And then we'll just go through a bunch of wilderness and hope we pull them in. Oh, by the way, Clouds is gone. Okay. So that's what we'll do. We'll just go, with this company, we'll just go to Shrelkane and hope the men come up. Go through as many wildernesses as we can. And with the first couple of Lorien, they're just going to stay put in Lorien. And yeah, okay. And that's it. Here we go. So we're headed to Shrelkane we're headed to Dorwinion from Western Mirkwood. That's wilderness, borderlands. And we're leaving from a border hold and headed to a border hold. Okay. So we can draw 2 plus 3, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wow. Okay. And the other side can draw 3. This is a healing, smoke rings, and Eowyn. Okay. And their hazard limit is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, they have a hazard limit of 6. Now, before they do anything, I'm going to play Gates of Morning. To force the discard of Doors of Night. Okay. So that means we can't play Morgul Knight. Morgul Knight treats all wilderness as Shadowlands and all Shadowlands as Dark Domains. So we can't do that. But we can still play Reaching Shadow. And now we can play creatures key to Shadowlands and Shadowholds, or Shadowlands, yes, to Shadowlands, to all those different sites listed on the card, which are all around Dol Guldur. Great. So playable on a Shadowland border hold if Doors of Night is in play. Dang it. This would have been a... Dang it, too bad they did that. They got rid of Doors of Night. But we can still play the Orc Guard if we want. So these are out. And these are the ones we can play. I don't want to go handing them a bunch of points, marshalling points here at the end. 5 strikes of 8. 5 strikes of 8 would be... And even 5 strikes of 8 isn't going to cut it. We already saw what they did to, like, 5 strikes of 9 before. Yeah, dang it. Well, that just really messes us up. I don't want to hand them any more points. We could try and get lucky. 5 strikes of 8. We just can't risk it. We just can't risk it. Okay, well, we're not going to play any hazards on them. And unless we get something like Minion Stir, we really can't. So I'm going to discard these weaker Orc cards. I hate to do it, but I can't go handing them any more points. We're in serious trouble. Okay. And we'll just hope Doors of Night shows up, and it'll help us play these nastier cards. Whew, I don't know. Okay. So they arrived. Okay, so we need to discard down. And I will discard the Winged Cold Drake. I'll discard Twilight. Let's see. These are all great. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll discard Risky Blow. Okay. I didn't think about... So we've arrived at Shrill Cane. I didn't think about who's gonna try and pull these guys. If I guess Bjorn could. Well, he's got 1, 2. She's got 1. Huh. He's got 0. Okay. Not sure. Might just have to YOLO. Okay. Do I want to play Enforthy Hastened on Radagast? I could. Let's see. He's got 6, 13. I mean, he could try and pull them. No, I don't want to discard that. Okay. So we're going with that. Okay. Now it's Galadriel's turn, and Galadriel will play playable at a site, non-wizard, non-hobbit. Playable at any site on a other than Galadriel at the same site as Galadriel on a non-wizard, non-hobbit diplomat. Oh, has to be a diplomat. Okay, so I can't play this on Celeborn because he's not a diplomat. Okay, so oh. This is really for Gimli. Okay, I could play Nenya to just play a card so that maybe I would draw the Dorwinion in the next hand. Seems like a waste. I'm not going to do that. Okay, we'll just camp. So we'll just camp out. We'll just camp out at Shrill Cane, and we won't do anything this turn. If we need to move with them just to get some motion, we'll do it. Okay, but I think we've got things to do next turn, so I don't think that'll be a problem. Okay, so they've arrived, and now and my opponent isn't going to play anything. No, so now we're in the site phase. Radagast can't do anything. There's nothing to do here. Galadriel can't do anything. There's nothing to... Oh, well, I can play Enforthy Hastened. Well, no, there's no point in doing that. I've been messing up. The Wizard is supposed to tap to pull on the sideboard in the organization phase, not at any time. So, actually should have only been doing that during the organization phase. Doesn't make sense to blow this. So, okay, so we're at the end of turn phase, and I think I will discard this then. I'll draw hundreds of butterflies. Other side. Okay, and I could bring Éowyn in next time, but I don't know how. It's going to be tricky. Yeah, I don't think so. So I'm going to discard Éowyn. And pierced by many wounds. Okay, and that's the end of the round.